No, that's not the sound of the slow drip of GameCube games on Nintendo Classics, but rather a pesky sync problem that I've been dealing with. Thankfully, I know the perfect guy for the job, a tiny helper robot named Chibi-Robo. That's right, Switch 2 owners with an expansion pack subscription finally have access to the quirky 2006 adventure game Chibi-Robo. Yeah, that's cool news, but is this game actually worth playing? To answer that question, I decided to flip through the pages of Electronic Gaming Monthly, Game Informer, Nintendo, Power, and more classic magazines that reviewed this game back when it first came out. Oh, I sure hope you charged up your battery, because this is going to be a very clean episode of Nintendo Classics Review Crew. When you think about Nintendo games, you likely picture exploring the fantasy world of Hyrule, the far reaches of space and Metroid, or even Mario's bustling kingdom full of mushrooms. But instead of sending players to new and exciting lands, Chibi-Robo did the exact opposite. It made you do chores at home. Think about it this way, if Super Mario Sunshine sent players on a tropical getaway, this game was more of a staycation. In a bunch of ways, Chibi-Robo is just like a lot of Nintendo's other games. It introduces us to an adorable and put-upon character that'll have to use their abilities to overcome a variety of obstacles. In this case, he's a tiny little robot that aids the Sanderson family through a series of increasingly wacky scenarios. While not exactly a huge hit, Chibi-Robo certainly has its following and has managed to spawn a series of sequels and spin-offs. Let's go ahead and see where the critics landed on this GameCube original. As always, we're going to start with Electronic Gaming Monthly, who found themselves right in the middle of the pack with an average score of 6.7 out of 10. Kathleen gave it one of the lower scores, explaining that she digs cute games. I give major points just for being cute, and Chibi-Robo is cute. But the game's cycle of cleaning, collecting, charging, and more cleaning would have been a lot more fun if it would just hurry up already. As you manage your way through obstacles made of everyday objects, you're constantly interrupted by cutscenes, which you can't skip or speed up, repetitive explanations from your helper television, or the need to recharge. Jennifer did a little bit more than that, but still had a few reservations. While I understand that Katamari Damacy made being a tiny creature roaming around a big old human-sized house cool, I'm not sure if scrubbing floors and picking up after sloppy, creepy white trash is the way to gaming Shangri-La. That said, I've developed a soft spot for Chibi-Robo. The story's sort of contrived, but it's not bad. And I suspect this one is supposed to be played by little kids who dig this kind of stuff. Give Chibi a chance. Now when I say that EGM is right in the middle, I mean it, because there are a couple of magazines that gave it 8s, and then there are a couple of magazines that gave it 5s. Let's start with the lower scores. GamePro was not impressed, giving Chibi-Robo a sad 2.5 out of 5. That's actually one of the lowest scores they've given any Nintendo-published game. Game Informer was also underwhelmed, with Jeremy giving it a 5 out of 10. Sure, the Chibi-Robo character is cute and the premise is quirky, but being cute and quirky isn't the same as being fun. And let's be absolutely clear about one thing. This game is not a damn bit fun. It becomes mildly bearable later in the game when the focus shifts slightly from cleaning to helping Chibi's family with their problems. But you have to suffer through many hours of tedious busywork to get to that point. He concluded that I'm fully aware that my thoughts on this game are going to earn me a ton of angry hate mail from people who claim that I don't get the title's true appeal. Well, I have a message for them. Look beyond the cute and quirky facade of this game and see it for what it truly is. A dreary, joyless piece of junk that shamelessly tries to get kids to believe that cleaning is fun. On the other side of the EGM divide is Nintendo Power, who give the GameCube release a straight 8 out of 10. That's the same score we saw from Edge, who found a unique way to recommend the game. True to its original point-and-click design, Chibi-Robo is a classic adventure with the added bonus of nearly a second game's worth of third-person exploration. The many months of the game's delay and near death seem to have given it ample opportunity to push itself further and provide layer upon layer and thread after ancillary thread of polish and content which strikes the perfect balance between gameplay and storytelling. A story which is unexpectedly a good deal darker and more dense than its primary colored Toy Story appearance would have you believe. Its value and achievement lay not in how it brings revolutionary and innovative mechanics to an old genre, but in how it uses simplicity and economy, as well as seamlessly blending outside constructs to achieve a higher form of the genre. Wow, that's just, man, I don't even have words for that. It's such a big swing going from Game Informer arguing that it's awful propaganda to convince kids to do their chores, to Edge talking as if it blends the constructs to elevate the genre. Oh man, this really is one of those games that you either really like or you don't. There's just not a whole lot of middle ground here. I say give it a play and see if the repetition annoys you. Or if you agree with Edge and it truly is a higher form of the point-and-click genre. I don't know if I agree with that. Hey, thanks for watching me break down these classic reviews. If you liked what you saw here, then you should know that we post new episodes every time classic games get added to modern consoles. We have one of these episodes for literally every single game on the Nintendo Classics app, so give it a binge when you have a few minutes to spare. Now, here's the question I have for you. Chibi-Robo, yay or nay? Do you think this is one of Nintendo's classics, or is this just little more than a chore simulator? Let me see your thoughts in the comments below. In other news, we're going to be back later this week with a review of the Beat 'em Up collection. That's a collection that features a whole bunch of, beat 'em ups. It's right there in the name. While you wait for that, I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.